and welcome to North Penn High School. Please take this time to silence your cell phones. For the safety of all patrons, take a moment to locate the exit nearest to your seat, keeping in mind that it may not be the same doors through which you entered. In the unlikely event of an emergency, please listen to all instructions given by event staff. Assistive listening devices are available in the control room at the rear of the auditorium. Restrooms are located in the auditorium lobby as well as in the glass concourse. Thank you for joining us and enjoy the show.
Greetings, my brothers. Greetings, my sisters. Greet everybody. Love one another. Sorida. Sorida. Wave to your brothers, wave to your sisters, greet everybody, love one another.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much, and welcome to the annual Spring Choral Concert here at North Penn High School. My name is Matthew Klink, and I direct the choirs here. That first piece actually means welcome. It's very simple, but Sorida comes from Zimbabwe and is just a way of us to welcome you and say, hope that you're in for a night, or you're in for a night of fantastic music for sure. Our next piece of music is one that is I'm going to just set it up this way. I think sometimes we forget that because there's been so many great love songs written in the last 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 100 years, we forget people actually have been writing love songs for more than that period. This next piece is written by Clara Schumann, who lived during the middle of the 1800s in Europe, and she wrote this piece originally for solo voice in German, and we're going to sing an adapted choral version in German. This is called Liebst du Schönheit, or If You Love for Beauty. It's kind of a warning to actually make sure you don't fall in love because of looks. These next two pieces share a lot of similarities, even though they're actually separated in history by, well, let's see if I can do math really quick, about 80 years or so. One of the thematic similarities is that these are both songs about trying to overcome adversity or having hope awaiting what comes next. Sometimes in the hardest of times, we have a hard time sort of seeing the light that could be there at the end of the tunnel. And we hear that especially in this next one, which is a traditional African-American spiritual, Every Time I Feel the Spirit. And we're going to follow that piece up with one that's very, very new called Seeking Light, also by an African-American composer named Brandon Williams, who actually teaches just up the road at Rutgers. And so both of these pieces, again, stylistically very different, but they come from just such a rich history of African-American music, and they share the same theme. So these two pieces, you ready? Remember your notes?
Jordan River was chilly and cold. It chills the body, but not the soul. There ain't but one train upon this track. It runs to heaven, then right back. Every time I feel this, every time I feel lost, I will pray. Yes, every time I feel this, I will pray. Every time I feel the Spirit, I will pray. Yes, I will pray. Every time I feel the Spirit moving in my heart, I'll pray. Yes, every time I feel the Spirit moving
Actually, put it on the board. Right, so we are going to make our first transition of the night. I do have a request. Folks there in the back 6 rows and anyone over there in the back 6 rows, there's reserve signs on your rows for a reason. If you would not mind scooting out of those rows so that we can seat our students there, that would be wonderful, thank you. So our transition here is going to be from our large curricular chorus, which is open to any student here at North Penn High School, down to our selected ensembles who audition each year. We're going to begin with the North Penn High School Bards, but before I talk about them, I do want to mention there are a few events that we still have remaining in this school year in our music program, and specifically in the choral program, even though we're oh so close to the end. I believe 13 days of school left after today. So I know, right? So just so that it's on your radar screen, if you were not planning to attend already, this coming weekend is Memorial Day, and we'll be honoring our veterans who have fought and served from the borough of Lansdale at Memorial Park Monday morning at 10 a.m. You can watch the parade coming down Main Street starting at 9, and then the ceremony in the park is at 10. And our select ensembles, the Bards and the Troubadours, will be helping to provide the music for that ceremony along with our wind ensemble. So we would encourage you to join. It's a really wonderful tribute, again, to our veterans. The following Sunday, not this Sunday, but Sunday, June the 4th, we're going to be giving our final select groups concert of the year. So you're going to hear some music here tonight by the Bards and the Troubadours and the Chamber Singers, but they have more to offer, and we'll be presenting that concert, our annual end-of-year concert at Corpus Christi Church, right around the corner at 2:30 p.m. on Sunday the 4th. So we would love it if you'd be able to make it out for one of those performances or both of those performances. So we are going to bring on the North Penn High School Bards. This is our lower voice ensemble. These are our tenors and basses who are chosen by audition every year. And they're going to perform 3 pieces for you, just a little bit about this group. They've been incredibly successful this year, and I'm so sad to see so many of them graduating, actually, just in a couple of weeks. This group, just last week, got to take part in a Music in the Parks event up in, at Dorney Park, but we performed at Kutztown High School. And this group totally rocked it with a superior rating, and just absolutely were amazing. So congratulations to this group for that. So you can give it up for them. So they're going to perform 3 pieces. The first 2 are actually very, very new in the repertoire, the last one not so much. But the first piece specifically is called Last Kind Words, and it's going to feature a lot of body percussion and some challenging rhythms for this group. So we hope you enjoy Last Kind Words. This next piece is one of my absolute favorites of the night, and in particular, one of the reasons might be because I don't have to conduct it. I am very pleased to introduce to you, although many of you I'm sure recognize him, North Penn graduate from the class of 2018 who has been helping with these select ensembles, these after-school groups the entire year. I'd like to introduce you to Mr. Henry Strobel. Also on this piece, we're featuring, let's see, Daniel playing the cajon, Sarah on the djembe, and Sophia on guitar. This is called The River.
Tangled with the willow.
we'll be making our next transition here. From the bards to the troubadours of North Penn High School. This is our soprano and alto, selected by audition ensemble that meets after school, mostly on Mondays, sometimes on Wednesdays. This group had a really exciting year because amongst the sort of regular things that we do, we had found out during the summer that this group had been chosen to be one of the performing groups at this year's Pennsylvania Music Educators State Conference, which is a huge, huge accomplishment. Matter of fact, just to kind of like shout out our building and our district, that conference that happens each year is meant to highlight the absolute best stuff going on in Pennsylvania in terms of school music programs. And it's just a huge honor for any program anywhere to have a performing group there. We had 2 groups from this building. Our wind ensemble also performed. I think Mr. Santinello is here tonight. Congrats, they gave an awesome, awesome performance there. And we even had 2 more North Penn School District groups selected to perform at the event. So basically, this statewide really was kind of the North Penn show, and I'm not sorry about it. This group, I will tell you, gave one of the best performances I've ever had the pleasure of conducting. And you're going to hear not everything that we did, but at least a few of these pieces. The first one is called Ikan Kekek. This is a folk song from Malaysia, and it really kind of reflects the importance of water and fishing in their society. And then we're immediately going to do another song that's also about the sort of, the way that people have for centuries sort of lived by the sea on the water, a piece called Made on the Shore. So we're going to do those 2, and we're going to perform these 2 back to back without applause. So the distributors are going to do one more selection before we wrap up this part of the program, and for this particular selection, we're highlighting a few additional instrumentalists that I want to shout out. So we have over here playing the bowlful on the Irish drum, Sierra Gomes. Over here, we have Kritiga Rajmohan playing the flute, and then when we performed at PMEA, we had a few of our former students, now distinguished musical alums, play the, well, he played it on viola, but we have a violin part that was played by Dylan Scott, but we're thrilled that tonight Anna Pierce is here to play. Thank you so much. And go ahead. And then Mrs. Jennifer Klink over here playing the piano part instead of Julian Nguyen, who did that at PMEA, so thank you so much. It's very nice to have a piano player in the house that you can call favors and for sometimes. second to catch my breath after that one. Okay. It's a good thing we're doing a really simple, easy one after this, right, guys? We're going to transition to our North Penn High School Chamber Singers. This is our mixed group selected, again, by audition every year. And they rehearse Mondays and Wednesdays after school. I know that we have a number of ninth graders in the house, so I just want to make sure you're kind of understanding the way that this all works, since you'll be joining us in this program next year, which we're really, really looking forward to having you all be a part of this. The Chamber Singers are kind of our most active group. They do a lot of community performing, whether that be around holidays or whether that's at civic events like Memorial Day, Thanksgiving. And they also have gotten to do some really cool things this year. We actually premiered a brand new piece of music, did a world premiere by a very famous Norwegian composer named Kim André Arnesen. And it's always fun to be a part of a brand new piece of music that's never existed until you get to bring it to the world. We also were able to take part in a festival at Temple University. We love any time we get to sing down at Temple's campus. And then most recently, just like the Bards, this group took part in a Music in the Parks competition just last week, and were absolutely outstanding. They came home with a superior rating and with the Best Overall Choir Award, so congratulations on that. And we're going to perform two selections. This first one is a very, well, at this point, well-known piece, written about 25 years ago by Eric Whitacre. And it is really descriptive and evocative and emotional because, as the title, if you look at your program, states, Leonardo dreams of his flying machine. The goal of this piece by both the poet and by the composer was to really try to channel what was Leonardo da Vinci thinking about hundreds of years ago when he dreamed about a man flying before such a thing could really be thought of. And so there's a lot of inner thoughts and passion and even the sound effects of a person rising up into the skies. Leonardo dreams of his flying machine. So in your programs, if you take a look at I believe this is page 5, if I'm counting correctly, you'll see a list of names that I just want to quickly shout out. These are our students who achieved some pretty awesome individual honors this year. If you've been with us before, you probably know the procedure, but each year I am able to nominate a certain number of students, I wish I could nominate more, who auditioned for PMEA district course, district meaning Bucks and Montgomery County. So all of the high school students in those two counties compete. They form a choir of the students who scored best. And we had, this year, a record number of students make district chorus, 19 of them, which was pretty amazing. So I'm going to shout them out. I'm going to ask them to raise their hands as I do, and I'm going to ask you to hold your applause until I'm through, just so this doesn't take forever. So Katie Mosley, Michelle Patelmo, Rudy Dates, who is not with us, she's out of the country tonight, Athena Kwan, Frankie Gallagher, Brendan Diffley, Cameron Pelletier. We had a number of students who then advanced by re-auditioning to the next level, which is Region Chorus. That's all of southeastern Pennsylvania. Nora Eliff, Sarah Heath, Michelle Schwartz, Malini Condescetti, Ethan Kwan, Jamie King, Daniel Schutz, and Nathan Cho. And then we had students who then auditioned for the next level and made Pennsylvania All-State Chorus this year. Ellen Nadi, Lainey Drolet, Brendan Johnson, and Jack Bachman. Congratulations to all of you. Well done. And to quickly circle back for a second, I mentioned Nathan Cho's name a second ago. Nathan, you'll notice Nathan's got that fancy medal on. Can we hold that up for a second? So Nathan last year actually made Pennsylvania All-State Chorus, and as a result this year he got to go to All-Eastern Chorus and All-National Chorus. Congratulations. We're going to close our portion of the program with a piece called Death Came a Knockin'. This is a setting of a piece by Ruthie Foster, the blues singer, and it's adapted by, if you look at the program, you'll see Paul Reardon's name. Paul Reardon is actually the director of choirs at Temple. This is a piece that he put together and published, and it's going to feature 3 soloists here. We're going to have Michelle, I'll say them in order, Michelle Schwartz, Michelle Patelmo, Katie Mosley. You ready?
Mother stooped down and gobbled up
Right, so I'm going to ask my chorus members sitting back here if you could stand, and you're going to come back on the risers in the opposite order in which you got on, so front to back. You folks start making your way to where you're supposed to go. You folks also. So as this transition happens, I do want to take a moment and make sure that, again, whether you have a program or not, if you do, you can look at the back cover, because events like tonight take a real team, and I do want to, in particular, shout out a few people who really have helped to make tonight happen, both leading into it and then also in the last couple days. In particular, I do want to say a huge thank you to Mr. Craig Wireman, who is running our sound back there and has done a ton of preparation for this, the staging and the lighting, and also Mr. Ryan Riddell, who helped kind of rig up a sound thing that we think is working really, really well tonight. So thank you to both Craig and Ryan. Give them a round of applause. Also want to say a special thank you to Bob Gilmer, our director of North Penn Television. You're going to, if this is your first spring concert, and then you'll, I guess, be in for your first slideshow, but many of you I know have seen this before, but we're going to be honoring our seniors in just a few minutes, and the slideshow is possible thanks to a lot of hours of work by Mr. Gilmer, so thank you. And speaking of NPTV, also Mary Fakish, who is helping to direct and live stream this show tonight on video. Please be sure to check it out later, or send the link out to your friends. So thank you, Bob and Mary. There's a host of other people without whom we wouldn't be able to do this. Our security team, our facilities team, our custodial team really kind of helped to make all of this happen. Obviously, our administration, Mr. Hassler, our assistant principals, Dr. Bauer, Dr. Waters, our central administration, who really support us. And when I say support us, that leads me to my next thank you, which is to the North Penn Music Department as a whole. I'm so proud to work in this district that supports and understands what it is that music can mean in young people's lives, because it's really not just about notes and rhythms and blend and balance and all the things that we teach. It leads to leadership, it leads to persistence, it leads to being able to be the kind of person who dreams of something better. These are the things that music does for us, for our youth, and I'm so happy to work here. So thank you to all the North Penn music staff, and parents, thank you to all of you for supporting your students, for being a part of this. Thank you all. Give yourselves a round of applause. The screen is coming down, so I think we know what time it is. We have this tradition, again, if you're new, if this is your first spring concert, where here towards the end of the program, we honor our seniors who are going to be graduating really in just a couple of weeks, right? 13 days of school left. Seniors, could you raise your hand so we can see where you are? I figured I'd do that before half of them get covered up here by the screen. There are 82 seniors in this course, and again, they'll be graduating on Crawford Field in just a couple of weeks. So seniors, before we sing this next piece, I just want to say a couple words to you. And every year what I do is we lead to this event, our culminating event for the year. I think about what these last 3 years have been. What was it like as we started? I'm sure you remember what it was like when we started a couple years ago. I never even could meet you in person at first, right? It was very different. And something that I kind of kept coming back to was this idea that when I think of you and the years you've spent at North Penn, this two-word phrase came to mind: persistent optimism. So let me explain. So first, the persistent part. You wouldn't be here today if you weren't persistent. You've gone through high school during what has been one of the strangest periods in the world, and certainly the strangest time in education. The circumstances of the pandemic provided plenty of opportunities for students to just kind of give up or stop trying and to not reach their potential. But here you stand on the brink of graduation. You've made it through that time, and I have little doubt that it's made you stronger and more resilient. The second part that I said was optimism. The thing about optimism is that for everyone, including me, these last couple of years have been really challenging. I really sincerely do my best to always look on the bright side, to see the good in people, but I feel like recently we've kind of seen the worst in many people come out. For me, as a musician, music represents for me hope and optimism. A new school year means new ensembles, new students an opportunity to affect new students and audience members in a positive way. But in these last couple of years, I'm going to confess that many times I've kind of lost sight of that hope. I've had doubts whether music and all that it represents to me could ever be the same, having been reduced to online rehearsals with cameras off and virtual audienceless concerts. But see, that's where you come in. You, this senior class standing on the risers, more than anyone, were able to see the beauty in the music-making experience. You didn't quit, you didn't give up. You saw the possibilities and the potential in what it is that we do here, and I couldn't be more proud of you for it. Music so often is an expression of our dreams, and not necessarily of what is reality. But when the reality is tough and the reality is tumultuous, we need those dreams to keep us going and give us something to aspire to. The piece that we just finished singing, We Are Held, and the piece that we're about to sing, Bridge Over Troubled Water, they both force us to think about what it is that carries through our most difficult times. I have no doubt that in ways you might not even realize you've helped to carry one another through this, because I can say without hesitation that you've certainly helped to carry me through it all. So I sincerely thank you for that, and I believe it's time to sing.
When you're down, I will carry
think I need to give them a minute. So thank you. That's such a special moment for us every year, and it leads us to kind of the way that we want to send you out. So before we wrap up tonight, I want to say one more time, thank you so much for coming, for friends, for family, for, again, our other students from our middle schools who performed at the art show tonight. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for supporting what we do, and we hope to see you again. Like I said, you can hear some of our groups next Sunday, the 4th, or even on Memorial Day morning. We're going to wrap up. I'm always sort of wondering what should come after something that's so highly emotional like that, and somehow this year I landed on this next song, right? Which is a Cuban song from the 50s sung in Spanish about dancing aliens. So that makes sense, right? There we go. So we're going to conclude. This is such a fun piece called Los Marcianos, and thank you once again for being here. Everybody good? All right?